What's up everyone, Steve here again from RC Tanks and Trucks 24/7. This time checking out the cool Remo Hobby 1/10 monster truck. Now this thing looks pretty sweet, I must admit. First impressions, I love the body. Now I haven't seen a RC body or monster truck in this particular design before. I think it does look pretty cool. But enough of me rambling on, let's go see what you get in the box and an in-depth look at this puppy. So I have the Ultimate Edition. It does come in two variants, Standard Edition, which is brushed, and some other components that are different, and the Ultimate Edition, which had a brush motor, aluminium threaded bodied shocks and kind of stuff like that, a different ESC, but we'll get into that later. So as we can see, it's a 1/10 scale, 2x4 gigahertz, four-wheel drive rock crawler, or it's I guess you can rock crawl with it, but it is a monster truck, electric, and it is waterproof. So the Standard Edition includes a Hobbywing brushed Hobbywing ESC, plastic bodied shocks, brushed motor, has 4 steering modes, front wheel only, crab style with all 4 wheels going in that like a crab direction. Steering mode 3, it's all 4 wheels can independently turn, so 4-wheel steering, good for really tight cornering, and steering mode 4, which is just the rear wheels like a forklift. Now this is the edition I have, just with a different body. It has aluminium threaded shock bodies, same composite nylon materials. This one, it has a waterproof Hobbywing brushless ESC, brushless motor, comes with a LiPo battery, and it's got this sweet ass full tube frame composite chassis. Very nice. Now it does come with steel beveled gears, which are CNC machined, ball bearings throughout, waterproof, dustproof, all that kind of cool stuff. But that's enough. Let's see what you get inside. And like all Remo products, you do get a compact balance charger. Very nice. Gives me my country's plug, which is excellent to see. And here is a LiPo charger. You can charge 2-cell or 3-cell LiPo batteries using the balance port. You just plug it in there. It goes red. When it goes green, happy days. Now here is the 2.4 gigahertz transmitter. Looks very cool. Has this nice little screen up here, not touch screen, but it just gives you indication on the particular driving modes that you have selected. It only uses 4 AA batteries, which is excellent. You know how much I love that. Nice stumpy design with a little antenna here. Never will break that off. Has a nice padded feel on this wheel. Now I've put 4 AA batteries in here just to show this little screen here, which I think is pretty cool. Shows you the voltage of your batteries, your steering and throttle trim, and your steering dual rates and all that kind of normal stuff. But it also shows you what mode you're in here. So as you can see, I'm in the normal mode here, mode 1. If I click this mode button here, you'd see it's into the crab mode, 4-wheel steering mode, and click it again, it'll just be the rear wheels like a forklift. Pretty cool, and I must admit this is a nice transmitter, especially for an RTR kit. Now like all Remo hobby kits, you get a very nice instruction manual. You get various ones actually that give you just a list of parts for the particular model that you have. So it's very easy, and everything's in color, so it's easy to pick out what parts you do need if you need to replace any. You always get this secondary manual, which just tells about your do's and don'ts. We all know what to do and what not to do. Small little instruction manual here on how to use the display and all the modes and settings like I just showed you earlier on that transmitter. I might give this one a read because it does have a few buttons. So here's the manual for the monster truck itself. It gives you all very nice and detailed exploded views of every single part and component of the car. So if you ever need to put it back together and you forgot how to do so, it's easy to do it with this. It's actually very thorough, and it does have every single part of the car, which is excellent to see. While I'm here, it does actually have real beadlock tires and wheels, which is fantastic. No more glue ripping off the wheel, and generic part list and all that kind of good stuff. Also includes some decals to snazz it up a bit, and your generic tools, 4-way spanner, another universal style spanner, spare body clips, and some Allen keys. And just a small pamphlet regarding the ESC and how to set different modes and stuff like that. Okay, now here is this awesome Remo Hobby 1/10 scale monster truck. As you can see, this was modeled in some sweet Batman body, and it does look excellent in person. First things first, let's look at the wheels. And like I said before, they are real beadlocks. They feature a front and front and a back metal ring here that is secured to a plastic wheel, which holds the nicely feeling rubber onto the wheel, so it never actually comes off during operation. The body is held on with traditional body clips, and they are quite decent in size. Now the Lexan feels a little bit thicker than normal, but it's very nice and does hold shape very well. It's got this awesome looking pattern there. I've never really seen a body like this before. Now here is what we want to see. Everything is very nicely laid out in this chassis. I note it does have a 6-channel receiver there. Obviously needs more channels for the extra servo for the 4-wheel steering in all those different type of modes. Does include a waterproof Hobbywing ESC there, which should be more than enough to control this bad boy, and you'll be able to run a 3-cell no problem in this whatsoever. Does include a 4,200 milliamp hard case, 7.2 35C LiPo battery with DIN connectors. All Remo hobby cars have these connectors, which is nice. But yeah, good to see that you get a hard case battery in a ready to run kit, especially being LiPo. Now that battery is held in place via these 2 straps, and it does have these ridges along the sides to stop it from moving backwards and forward. If you had longer batteries, I guess you could cut these away, but I'm pretty sure that is a very generic standard size, which a lot of batteries will fit in there, no problems. Now hiding up underneath there, you see a 3300 kV 4-pole brushless motor, which should be ample amount of power to push this puppy around. Kind of has this fake exhaust here, so when the body's on, it kind of comes out underneath. It kind of looks like there is a motor underneath. Nice touch. And yes, these are threaded aluminium shocks. As you can see here, they do have oil in them. Let's have a look. Not too bad. I guess I can always change that later on and kind of tune that to my liking. As this is the monster truck with 4-wheel steering, it obviously needs 2 servos. So you have 2 of these metal geared servos, one on top of each differential at the front and the back. Now all these connecting rods and connecting links are all thick aluminium or steel, so they should be good enough to handle the abuse. This cage is a mixture of, you got composite plastic on either side held together with these aluminium or steel tubes that connect the 2 pieces and squash them and sandwich them together. You can see here it's got 2 at the front and 2 at the back as well to give it some nice rigidity and strength. Now here's a look at the underside of this monster truck, and everything looks laid out and put together very well. All the screws are Allen head with these nylon nuts at the end so they won't run off and get loose during operation. These diffs are very chunky, and I do like them a lot. The connecting rod here for the steering rods is very thick and yeah, not flimsy at all. Now you have some type of transfer case because your motor comes up here. You have your spur gear here, then it comes back down off here, running to the front and rear differentials from the center case here. As you can see, this cage looks very cool. You could actually run it without the plastic body. In my opinion, I think that looks great. Now for all you articulation fanboys, it has some pretty decent articulation there. You could fit a fist underneath that front left wheel there. Now you also have different adjustments here. You got different points so you can kind of raise it or lower it. Same as these body posts, these can be raised and lowered, and you have several different positions for the shocks as well. Okay, now that wraps it up for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. This was just an unboxing and an overview of the car itself. Any questions, leave them down in the comment section down below. If you are interested, a lot of people have been asking me, well, who do I contact? Just email Remo Hobby and they can send you out the car, or you can buy it through them, or they might have a distributor where it is available. If you like the video, give it a good old thumbs up. It is muchly appreciated. please stay tuned. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. It's free, and I have heaps of content coming up. Can't wait to give this puppy a test and see how well it performs, and all the different driving functions, like the different modes of the steering and all that kind of cool stuff. Thanks a lot, guys. Steve here again from RC Tanks and Trucks 24/7. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.